Hey guys, Geki Purple here. For this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Neca Halloween 2 Ultimate Michael Myers figure. Now, in my last video with the Michael Myers 78 custom, I said I was going to do this review. An update on that 78 custom real fast, something I forgot to do, which I really wanted to do, was I made the collar a bit more open like it is in the original version. Kind of like how it is in the 2018 figure, which I also will be doing a review about soon. And there's two versions of this figure that I'll be doing a review about. There's the reissued version and there's the original version, which is right here. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the reissued version. I haven't seen much post about it or anything or any pictures. So hopefully you'll be aware of that because I think the reissued version is much better than this version by comparison. And I'll show you why in that review. So we'll move these two guys aside and get on to the real star right here. Now, I do like this figure, but I prefer the newer version, which is coming out because it's more accurate to the movie, especially the mask. I just want to point that out real fast. For example, let me bring out this guy. Now, actually, let me take the camera for this one. As you can see, the mask is much more accurate on this figure compared to this one. The mask is just a bit more fatter for some reason, especially the neck, compared to this one being, you know, a bit more skinnier. It does look a bit more like, it does look a little bit like the original, but like just more stockier, I guess. I don't know how you would describe it really, but again, you get the idea. So if you are planning on getting a Halloween 2 figure, I would recommend you get the one from the newer one coming out soon. Hopefully that'll work. Down. Alright, so I'll move this guy aside again, and we'll get on to the figure and everything. And, well, the design of the figure isn't that bad, really. I do like the design of the overalls of the figure and everything like that, how it looks. The overalls look pretty good. Now, the one thing that Neca's been doing with these figures is they've been keeping the same arms and legs of these overalls, you know what I mean? They're just keeping the same leg molds. And not the same boob molds from what I've seen, but like the same arm and leg molds, but just replacing the top. Like, for example, again, let me bring out the 2018 Michael figure. As you can see, the top is a bit different. Like, again, but like the mold's much more different compared to this one, as you can see. And the one thing I like about this figure too is that they also added the bullet holes for when Michael got shot. I don't know if the new version has that, you know, the one with Dr. Loomis, but again, this figure looks pretty good with it. But yeah, like with the different overall molds, especially like the pocket designs. And again, with the figure too, the rest of it looks really neat too. The design, I like that they went for a more greenish color with the overalls compared to Michael's original blue that he had. And it's kind of like what they do with Roy Burns' overalls from Friday the 13th. Because in that film, I'll fix that a bit later. With that film, people always debated if the overalls were either green, blue, like nobody could really tell. But then they made it more of a turquoise color. And I will get started on the Friday the 13th figure reviews later on. And I wanted to do a figure review on this Michael, and especially for a video this week, because I mean, it is October for one, and I did plan on doing this. And there is a lot of videos I have planned, so I wanted to at least post something this week. On Thursday, I think is when I'm going to be posting this. So I wanted to at least post something this week, so I could post something maybe the rest of the week, Saturday, and maybe next week if I have time. Because I have a lot of Halloween stuff planned, especially since I re-downloaded Friday the 13th the game on my PS5 and everything like that, so it looks pretty good on there. I will move on to the accessories of Michael here, of this Michael. But actually, before we do, I want to say, like, again, the mask could have been much better, and I want to say, compare, like, to the boxes it shows. Also, in the new figure, they're releasing a version of this pumpkin, which I like better than, say, this one. I'll get into this pumpkin later. So, hopefully, we'll be able to see that in the new one. Let me get the box of this, too, and be able to, you know, again, move the camera so I can figure. And again, if you notice I'm doing this in a different spot, this is where I would have my whole entire Michael collection right here, but I'm just doing it in a different room for fun, just for this one video. I'll get back to the other room where I usually do it. Pretty much just like a whole entire living room. But again, yeah, the mask looks pretty much the same as they did with that figure, but on the back of the box you can see, in production photos, it looks much different, like I also mentioned in the last video. If we'll zoom in. While Sheriff Brackett and Dr. Loomis hunt for Michael Myers, a traumatized Lori is rushed to the hospital, and the serial killer is not far behind her. Like, and also with the original figure, I think it was much bigger when they showed like the prototype of the figure. I think it was much bigger, and it also had blue overalls like the original 78 Myers had. Now, I doubt we're gonna get 1978 Ultimate Michael Myers figure, because from what I've heard, apparently they lost the rights to the film to make any more figures. So that sucks, honestly, but I'm pretty sure they are going to make more figures of the rest of the Michaels, which I wouldn't mind seeing. I've always wanted a figure of the Halloween 4 Michael or the Halloween 5, and even though Halloween 5 and 6 and Resurrection are straight shit, I won't mind getting figures of them for the collection. And if they do make other Friday 13 figures, like say Part A Jace, I won't mind getting that too. But yeah, again, from what you can see, the mask looks very different. Well, it doesn't look different, the mold's the same, I'm pretty sure, but the paint job is much, much better. And even on the Ben Trimmer mask, which I'll get onto later too. So again, we'll just move this back here. So move this guy a bit up. And we'll move on to the accessories of Michael. Because the dude comes with a lot of nice stuff. He comes with a few extra heads, being mostly mask, obviously. And of course, he comes with a lot of weapons from the movie. But we'll get on to the mask first, because I actually like the mask that they added for this. You know, for the figure and everything. So, what they gave Michael is, they gave him 2 more extra heads. They gave, obviously, the one with the bloody tears, which I really like. If it'll zoom in, hopefully it does focus. Oh, focus, dang it. Let's try, let me try the Ben Trimmer mask. There we go, that'll focus. I'll get on to him first. I really like that they painted the blue eye detail, because, again, this isn't Michael Myers. If you don't know who Ben Trimmer is, I'll explain. Ben Trimmer was apparently supposed to be Laurie's date in the original, but I think she just, skipped to go babysit. And apparently he decided to go trick-or-treating instead in the sequel. And in the movie, Loomis mistakes him for Michael and tries to shoot at him. Ben looks away, looks confused and walks onto the road, getting hit by a cop car, no joke, and the cop car crashes into an ambulance with Ben Trimmer still on the hood, and both explode in the collision. While Ben Trimmer's body is just burning, Loomis is stood shocked and everything, knowing what he did, while the sheriff just yells if it's really Michael or not. Now, if you notice a bit of weird coloration of this mask, it's hard to tell by the camera. I painted white over the mask, kind of like I did with the 78 Michael, because for some reason, when I had the mold of that Ben Trimmer mask for that Michael, the mask was just clear white, nothing wrong with it. For some odd reason, this mask had some black smudges or black stuff on it for some odd reason, so I decided to just paint over that to make it look better. And well, the mask looks really good still, like I said. I like the detail that they had even inside the mask, the blondish hair that they did for that. It has a bit of gray paint for some odd reason, which I kind of don't like. I wish it just kept it blonde, which it still is, but just a weird kind of blonde. I don't know why they did that. I could possibly repaint it, I'm not sure. But again, and again, the bloody tears. There we go, now it focused. This is from when Michael got shot in the eyes in the movie. And nearly focus again for a moment. Now, the one thing I love, I'm pretty sure a lot of people question, is how Michael can see throughout the rest of the movies, even though he got shot in either both of the eyes. Because from what we can see in the mask, it still shows his eyes, but I'm guessing he got shot up the eyes, or I'm not too sure. But I'm still surprised that this man can see perfectly fine after being shot in the eyes, in both of them. Because in the movie when he got shot, he was, swiping his scalpel blindly at Laurie, trying to hit her and Loomis, but he couldn't. And that's what caused that's not what caused the explosion. Loomis pulled out a lighter after him and Laurie, opened some gas canisters in the hospital room, the operation room. And they are making and with that new Michael figure, there's also fire accessories, to put on Michael's if you were on fire, which is pretty cool, which I really can't wait for. Okay, I can't wait for that new figure to come out soon with Dr. Loomis, because it's technically the 3rd Dr. Loomis figure we got, because the only ones that we got officially from Neca are, now correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not too sure, the one from the diorama, the one from the big house set that came with the original 78 Michael Myers Neca figure, the one from the retro cloth variation from Halloween 2, and the one that's coming out this year. But forget about that, now we'll get to the pumpkin. Now, again, this pumpkin I like, but I rather prefer the skeleton one that is shown on the cover right there. That one. Just saying. Move from the side just right now. Show all this guy off. And yeah, the detail on the pumpkin looks really nice. I really like the paint job that they did for it. And of course, just like in the movie in the intro, once you open it, it reveals a spooky skeleton skull. And well, it looks better. Because like I hate to say it, but the effects with like the skull that they use in the movie look a bit like garbage, and the one that they use here looks a bit better than the one in the movie, honestly. I don't know if it's just me or anything, but I just think this skull looks better than the one in the movie. And again, it's a pretty neat accessory, because again, you just open it and, you know, close up and everything like that. Doesn't need to light up and everything like the other pumpkin masks and everything do. And again, you can pretty much just swap heads with like each of these. You know, get different variations, so you can get with the bloody tear variation, like I mentioned. So, like, it'd be like this. So, again, it's pretty cool. But now we'll get on to the weapons of the figure. And I'll just put this head back on again. Well, actually, I'll put it in the... This is a custom that I mentioned that I made in my last video. It's basically just the same mask as the other one, but just with the black shadow eye effect. Full focus again. Let's see. Oh, it won't focus. It keeps showing it nearly focusing, but it does it for some reason. Maybe if I try putting it on the figure, then hopefully it'll work. Ah, there you go. Let's see. I don't know if you can see or not. I might have to lift the camera up again. As you can see. There we go. See, like the black soulless eye effect. Because the only time we actually saw Michael's eyes was in the second film, and technically in the first, even though he was missing an eye. Because, like, for some reason, the second one, he had, like, nearly not as eerie revealing eye holes, I'd say, than compared to H2O, but you get the idea. Like, the eye holes were a bit revealing. Like, it showed his eyes a bit near the end of the film. So we'll see about that. And now we'll get on to his weapons. And he comes with some pretty good stuff, like I mentioned. Comes with a few extra hands for holding certain weapons and everything, and one for, like, each hand. So if we would get onto that. Let's see if I can get one of them out. So, of course, right here, this hand's for holding the scalpel. So, actually, we'll actually get the other hands first. It comes with an open hand from, like, I'm pretty sure, like, you can pose him, like, when he was, like I said, when he was blind, just swiping randomly. Again, the hand doesn't look that bad. It'll zoom in. Maybe this one might. I think it's, like, one to hold the knife. Oh, yeah, it just won't focus. Yeah, I don't know why it won't focus. I'll probably just have to put these down and then just, again, see if I can just... Yeah, so I can't show the hands that well, since, you know, the camera won't barely focus on each of them. But you get the idea. There's one open one. There's a second closed one for holding the knife that he comes with, and comes with another one of these, just like, I think it's for like holding the hammer that he comes with. So we'll get more onto those guys. Probably pose them up with those just to see how it looks. So yeah, again, the hands won't show, so the best I could show you like is from like this far. Comes with one big open hand from like when he was, you know, blindly swiping his knife when he was like trying to reach out and stuff, so I could maybe pose him like that. Another hand for possibly holding the hammer or Eldorado knife, and this hand for holding the Eldorado knife or anything like that. So hopefully we'll be able to get to that. And again, you can just pose him with like the other stuff too, and all the other weapons that he comes with. So for example, we'll take this hand that he has right now in his hand, and we'll just pose him with the scalpel that he comes with. And again, because I bought a second figure for the 78 custom, I pretty much have like 2 accessories of the same weapon, so in case if I lose one or anything, I just replace it. And well, here's how it would look. There's Michael holding the scalpel when he was chasing Laurie, and Dr. Loomis just chasing them, and when he slit the cop's throat. Or like the sheriff, I think his name was. I think it was just a sheriff or a cop, I'm not too sure. But yeah, that, you know, like sheriff got a bit too stupidly close to Michael, thinking like, but he stopped breathing. And then when Loomis screamed no, he just pointed the gun, and then Michael just calmly slit his throat and then just dropped him. Again, a pretty cool scene, pretty cool accessory for the figure. And again, with the extra hand, he also comes with the Elrod knife from when he stalked that family and then stole the knife from their kitchen. And again, a pretty longer knife compared to the 78 version, which was pretty much just a chef's knife. This knife is a bit longer, I think, and is probably a bit more sharper. I'm not too sure. But, like, for example, you can, like, pose him like this if he's, like, trying to go for the stab move and everything like that. Just trying to go in for the kill. Or you could just, like, take it off and then just pose it from the front to make it look a bit better. A bit like this. And that's how it would look. Let me actually get a good example so you can actually see the knife and scalpel. Here's how the knife looks, the raw knife. If it'll zoom in again, I doubt it will. Probably if I do it from the front, like here, you can see, yeah, the silver and the brown handle. Be hard to see. And of the scalpel too, I think it's also probably a bit hard to see here. I'll try to zoom in. Yeah, none of these just will focus. I don't know why. There we go. Now you kind of see like the detail and everything of it, with like the black and everything. And again with the overall knife, we'll just go like this right here. There we go, now it's focused. And before we pose him with the other accessories too, I'll just show off the other ones. He comes with like 2 more. He comes with, again, like I mentioned, comes with the hammer when he bashed that security guard's head in. And it looks pretty cool. It has a bit of white in the bottom. I don't know if you can see it. Probably in the reflection of the blurriness, you can probably see like a bit of the white compared to the silver. It has on the ends too. Some odd reason. Still focus. I really don't know why it's not focusing for this. Yeah, only probably focus fine. There we go. You can see a bit of, like, the detail of the white. See, like, a bit of, like, light grayish color, I think. And, of course, finally we have the syringe, because, I mean, it is hospital. Probably injecting drugs in Michael. I don't know what I'll say, that'd be a pretty interesting movie. Like, just Michael being injected with, like, drugs and everything. A bit hard to see, like I mentioned, so if we can probably get that down at these angles, you can see the black lines of, like, the measurements. And I believe he uses on 2 victims. He used on one of the doctors in the room, where one of the nurses walked in and saw him within his eyeball, and then he sticks the other syringe in the nurse's head, pretty much just putting air in her temple. A pretty messed up way to get killed, honestly. And like I said again, you pretty much just pose each of these with, like, the different things. And let me get another figure actually, so I can probably just pose it a bit better to get the idea. There's another random figure that I just have laying in my room. You can probably show off. Well, not show off, I don't know where the hell this guy's from. Just this random guy. And you know, Michael was just walking up and just sticks a syringe right in his, like, eye. Ooped. A bit messed up. Ugh. Oh, it keeps getting loose. I don't know why I can't really, like, turn it. Really stick it in there. There we go. Now work. So yeah, like Michael just sticking it right in the dude's eye. Looking like he's about to. This is a pretty messed up death in the movie, honestly. Though not really as gory as the rest of the kills. So yeah, it'd be something like that, as you can see. And again, the other accessories that he comes with. So get this boy out of here. And again, you just swap out this hand for the other one, which for sure you can probably hold like the hammer. But again, these are pretty cool accessories for the movie. Though I really can't wait for the other one. And again, it's coming with Dr. Loomis too, so I'll probably be reviewing both of them instead of just doing one, because again, it's a 2-pack figure. It's best to just review both figures instead of just reviewing one each. Yeah, the hammer would just be like this. But again, yeah, this figure is really, really neat. And yeah, well, the rest of the other stuff too, like posing with the... You can just pretty much switch out all these parts too, which I really like these other later NECA figures, because the one thing with like some of the old horror ones back then was you can't switch some parts, yeah. But the one thing I never liked of the old NECA figures compared to the ones now was that for some odd reason they only were let you able to move the torso parts, like only the arms and like the legs. Well, not the legs. The legs you couldn't move at all. Like they were just completely made out of plastic compared to the rest of the items. Like you can move the arms, you can bend them and all that stuff, but you can't bend the legs. You can only move the feet up. Like you can only turn them left and right and everything. And again, like what I said with the figure. Now this pose was something that I usually do, is like when I pose the figure. When I had this like on my like Halloween collection table, which is pretty much this, I always have him pose like this. But like again, he was pretty much blinded, not being able to see anything when like the blood was trickling down his face. We go focus like that, yeah. That's a pretty cool setup, I have to say. Like, again, if you have this figure, or if you want a Halloween 2 Michael Myers figure, this came out a while ago, I know, but if you don't have it, I suggest you get it. But if you want it to be more better, I suggest you get the new one coming out, which I will also review later on, so hopefully you'll stay tuned for that. Though, then again, the figure is really nice, and one that I'm really glad I have for the collection. And hopefully they are making more still. I wouldn't mind getting a figure of the, like I mentioned, Halloween 4, 5, and 6 Michael, even though the last 2 ones were straight garbage, and also Halloween Resurrection too. So, hopefully, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe. And again, I'll be doing more horror review figures later on. And hopefully be able to post some other gaming videos. I have some other Streets of Rage videos. And there are Streets of Rage 3 videos and Bare Knuckle 3 that I haven't finished yet, like the Bare Knuckle 3 Remaster, where it has like the removed stages and all that stuff, and some of the stuff from the beta that was completely removed for some reason. There's 2 more characters I haven't done. I haven't done Blaze and Zan, which I could use for the bad ending. Well, Blaze mostly. I don't know about Zan, because Zan in the bad ending is pretty hard compared to using the other characters, so hopefully that. And Max from Streets of Rage 4, obviously, and Estelle and the rest, because I still haven't posted any of those. And also battle matches from that game too, and a bunch of other games I have planned. I downloaded Gang Beast, a game that I haven't played in quite a while. Well, actually my first time playing it, actually, now that I think about it. The game was fun as shit. I had a great time. Hopefully I'll be able to post that later on. So, like usual, please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you enjoy. Let me move this guy aside. I didn't want you to see the rest of the camera, I just noticed. Anyway, just please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you enjoy. Peace out.